Hi, Stonecreek Church family. I bet you're really tired of looking at my face. I really appreciate the fact that you clicked on this link just to listen. I want to just share something with you that I hope is an encouragement to you, especially in light of everything that we're facing. I don't know about you, but I enjoy and have enjoyed watching Bob Ross. You remember him? Artist that would be on television with the big afro and just a calm, soothing voice. You can watch him on YouTube. He's got amazing videos, right? And anytime I've ever watched Bob Ross fortunately I've watched him on YouTube, you get to see him kind of have the canvas and he has his palette of colors and he will begin with some broad brush strokes of different colors that at first might appear like they make no sense and there's nothing that could come out of this. If you're impatient, like I am, I will scroll all the way to the end to try to take a look at that beautiful painting that he finishes with. That's kind of where we are right now. There's some broad strokes that have taken place on the canvas of human history right now that are causing us to wonder and contemplate, can anything good come out of all of this? God is like that, isn't he? You know, just like an artist, he will blend colors and different styles and different approaches. And then at the end, there's this beautiful painting. We're in between. We can't fast forward. We can't move past the difficult and awkward moments of the start of this canvas. But what we can do is understand that the biblical doctrine of the providence of God is like this. It's easy for us to take a look and wonder, what possible good can God be bringing out of all of this? Divine providence should never be interpreted as meaning that every successful effort is God ordained. And it should also not be interpreted as meaning that every disaster is divine judgment from God. Wicked people as well as good people go through difficult things. Wicked people as well as good people go through good things. If you look at the story of Esther, you see Haman, who is a very evil person, throughout the entire story appears to be relatively unfazed and very successful. But at the end, he is judged because of his behavior. Witness the story of Joseph or Job, and we see that Satan tries to thwart good people's lives. See, we're not infinite in our wisdom, and we can't see things the way God sees them. We can't always discern the reasons for him allowing things that seem so unjust to us. We do know, however, that such unpleasant episodes as those like Joseph experienced or Job experienced or Esther experienced, or even a modern day saint in our lives, God is working on the canvas of human history. Some brush strokes have been applied right now that make no sense to us, but they make sense to the artist. It's the artist's job to create the masterpiece. It's not our job to critique the artist along the way. And so we have to be careful because we're not wise enough to be critical of God's attempts, nor do we have the perspective that God has and being able to see beauty out of chaos. And so this is what I want you to think about as we continue to go through this situation with the quarantine and the virus. God has always done the things that seem to not make sense to people and turns them into these amazing works of art. Beauty from chaos, victory from defeat, life from death. God has a track record of doing this time and time again, so don't despair. Even though you can't see the finished product right now, I want to encourage you to walk by faith and not by sight. Some great things are happening. A lot of people are turning to God. A lot of people are praying to God. We have been able to reach people by online means that we would have never reached otherwise. We have prayer time that's taking place every night at 6:30, and people are logging in just to spend time with prayer. We weren't doing that before. There's people that are connecting in different ways. And so I want to encourage you to not be a critical art critic, but I want you to be an art aficionado. Take a look at the final product. And when we see the final product, I don't think you're going to have any criticism, because the final product is going to be heaven. And God is going to show us why it was all worth it. So hang in there, walk by faith, not by sight. Join us on Sunday, Facebook, and you can also link on through the website for some worship and a message to be encouraging for today. God bless you, Stonecreek. Have a great weekend.